Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You might do way, King Dingbat here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500 and Joey Shakes. Joey, what is going on, my man?
Not much, man. We got a lot to talk about, a lot going on this past week. We did get to talk, obviously, after the last game, and now going into this has been Dallas week and big game tomorrow, and a lot going on. So
A lot
that's for
going
sure.
on, I would say. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Odell boy, what's happening? Donnie, Philly Oso, what's going on? MJ266, James, Nick, what's happening? A Warrior Rage, man, they changed all these handles. I hate it. Eagles
Yeah, I don't
has
like
landed
that either.
Taco, Danielson, what's going on? Because you can't recognize certain people anymore with it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like crazy. And what is it going on, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, dude, Eagles are 8-2. It's been another week of I would say drama and you know, making you feel like they haven't won a game all year. You wouldn't think that they're 8-2. The
True.
world is now against them, and we're sitting right where we want to be. In some weird way, we're sitting right where we want to be. First of all, have you ever seen anything like this before, dude? Where you have an offense so inept at times, and you still win all the time?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting by. It's just, you know, this defense has really, I mean, has gelled to a point where you have your final piece in Jalen Phillips, the depth behind him. The deeper rotation is making that defensive line hungry. It seems like Adoree Jackson has more confidence. It seems that Kobe Dean has really just the last few weeks is just growing and growing into the better player that he is, like he was last year. Hasn't missed a beat realistically. I mean,
he's better. I think he's better than he was a year ago. That's what's scary to me.
yeah, it is.
Like, he's better. Like, you know, you always worry about coming back from, you know, that injury we heard was like, oh, it's going to take a while and he may never run as fast or be the same. He's seeking missile. You know?
That.
Dallas 505, thank you for the super chat first of the day. He says, hope both teams can come out healthy. God bless Philly. God bless you, man.
Mhm.
I hope both teams come out. I hope they come out healthy as well. Barbie, the doll princess of YouTube. I know that one because of the pink Eagles logo.
That's easy enough.
Royalty in the house, everybody. Red carpet has been thrown out. Thank you for being here. Kyle, thank you for super chat. I know we shouldn't think about moving on from AJ, but I've been watching this kid plays and just looks like him, Chris Bell of Louisville. I've heard his name. I haven't really watched him, so I can't give you like a scouting report. But you know, the AJ situation. I mean, and we could talk a little bit about it because I know you said you were frustrated with it the whole week, man. So now I want to give you a chance. Let it out. Let it out.
I just don't know what to really take from it. Like, I feel like AJ Brown kind of knew what he was doing at this press conference a couple weeks ago. There's just so many connected dots to it. Like last week, Jeffrey Lurie went up to AJ Brown at practice and, you know, stopped posting on social media. AJ was like, you know, apologize. Jeffrey Lurie says, you don't got to apologize to me. And then like we get into a press conference a couple days ago and, you know, didn't throw, you know, Saquon under the bus, but you know how the media is going to twist things when he mentions another player that's not having the same year as him. There's just way too much connecting stuff. I mean, you have a guy right now that's so frustrated, and how do you go into next week now with what you have? If he's not going to get his targets, if they're not going to fix things, if they're going to play the conservative game, limit the turnover battle and just let the defense kind of eat the entire game. That's pretty much the game plan of what we've been playing all year. But there's so much shit that's connected. Like, I'm not saying this is fact. This is all opinion. I just feel like a lot of stuff has been planned. I feel like the Derek Gunn rumors, I feel like that report, I think AJ has been the culprit for that. I think he was the culprit for Deshaun Jackson's little thing that he said on his podcast. I mean, look, like LaShawn McCoy. I mean, this is LaShawn McCoy the other day talking about, just Jalen Hurts has to play better. And, like what happened, he's been the biggest supporter, and all of a sudden he's starting to turn. Like, all this is happening within like a week. If he's not happy in Philadelphia, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that press conference really helped him. I think to that point, before that press conference happened, I think a lot of Eagle fans were on his side. I think after that, I think a lot of Eagle fans want him gone. And I'm not saying I want him gone at all. I'm just saying that I really hope this isn't true. But I don't think that was a good look for him at all a couple of days ago.
The press conference. Well, to me, the biggest part of the press conference is he just looks miserable. It's like he looked like you're twisting teeth to have him talk, but I don't see how, even if the philosophy is different, right? Like, even if he doesn't like the philosophy of how the Eagles offense gets run, I don't think that you act that way unless it's something personal. So there's a personal rift between the two. There's just got to be that. There's got to be something on that level, because I have a hard time believing that this has to do because all he cares about is stats. How people want to make it seem like, oh well, he cares about his stats and he's not getting the numbers and he already got a ring. I don't know if I believe that enough. I think that if that's the case, he would have come to them in the offseason and asked for a trade. I think it's personality issues, dude. I think that there's off the field stuff involved in this, because it doesn't make sense why he would be so angry. And the one thing I'll say is, everybody could talk about Hurts all they want, but Hurts doesn't say anything. Like, he literally does not comment. He doesn't defend himself. He doesn't give his point of view. Nothing from his side or what he's thinking gets leaked out. He just goes about his business. So, everybody's listening to A.J. Brown and seeing the offense struggle, and then they take his side. And I'm not saying I don't take his side. I take his side in how the offense is run.
Yeah,
I think it's more the coaches than it is Jalen Hurts. But I think that those two have issues together.
Yeah, it might be outside. It might be something on the outside looking in. It might be his personal life. I don't know. I mean, I understand, like, you don't want to come out and say things and then it's just going to be more reports. But from that Twitch stream to, like, there's just certain, I don't know if, like, AJ has media fucking training, because it just seems like he just says whatever he wants.
He's very smart. He knows exactly what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he knows, even going to this press conference, like, it's hard to look at other receivers around the league. And then it's like, you should have just started that press conference saying, like, I'm only answering things pertaining to fucking Sunday against the Cowboys, and that's it. Now, he did say that, but he said other things as well. So he should have just limited himself from even, literally microphones up to his face, pretty much cornered into his locker. And I just feel like he knew what he was doing. I know what he was doing, and I feel like some of these reports coming out are not reporters inside the organization. I feel like potentially, and this is a theory, like I said before, I think this could be AJ Brown trying to get news out there to push his coaching staff to change things. Or I think there is somewhat of an issue between AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. Not like something serious, but I think there is something going on. And I could tell that Hurts is just focused on the next game. I could tell the rest of the roster is focused on, they're not even paying attention to any of this shit. Barely. Like, they'll be asked a question about AJ Brown and they support him. They want him involved. Like, that's what they'll say. But from what Jalen Hurts has been saying, from what the rest of the roster has been asked about AJ, and they are focused on the season. They are focused on their next opponent. That's all it's been. So it hasn't poisoned our roster, because once more players and once more people get more involved with this, that's when it starts to, the cancer starts to grow at that point, and you can't cut it out.
I mean, I think AJ has legitimate beef with how the offense is run and certain things like 100%. That. So I don't think that I have no issue with the fact that he went initially forward and stuff, but the lingering on stuff, it's just like, at what point, like, Jalen Hurts doesn't even comment. He doesn't even say anything. So it's like what is he thinking? You know, like, because I think Hurts would rather open it up too. I know people don't think that, but if you listen to him when he talked about letting him off, out of the handcuffs, he talked about that after the Rams game. He also talked about that in the Super Bowl. Remember when they were winning? He's like, "Are we going to put up 60 on these guys or what?" Like, I think he wants to do more too, but I think he's limited, and he doesn't complain about it. He just does the business, and I think maybe AJ wants Jalen to speak more on it, and that's just not the way he is. It's impossible to know, but whatever it is, they got to figure it out, because AJ's not getting traded. Trade deadline's passed. So
no, not this
year. You might as well, even if this is his last year and he decides he wants out, and I don't know that's going to happen. I hope not. But if it is, then you might as well go out with 2 rings instead of 1.
Look,
and so get it together is what I'm saying.
I said this. I don't really say a lot on X, like, at all, on social media at all. Like, I kind of came out and said, hey, like, let AJ go to the fucking Dolphins. Let him go. If you're going to trade him next year, if that's going to be the case, don't trade him to a team that's going to be a threat to us. Don't trade him to the Patriots. Even in the AFC, doesn't even matter. Trade him to the Dolphins, trade him to the Browns. Let him get some passes from Shador. I don't know. Let him catch 80 to 90 balls per year. Let him get his Pro Bowls, and let him lose. Let him lose, not win games. I mean, if that's what he wants, you're in the middle. I've seen, like, a lot of Eagles alumni are complaining about this too. Like, you're in the middle of a dynasty, you're in the middle of something really special right now. And Jaworski, I think, said it. He was pissed. Like, he comes from a different era, so I get it. Like, you're winning, his targets will come. I think they will. There's going to be a certain time.
Here's the thing. Do we know that the Eagles can get him the ball and Jalen can get a ball? What about that? Remember when he had that stretch, a few years ago, where he caught, like, I don't know, it was like he's over 100 yards, like 6 straight games or something ridiculous like that. Like, they've thrown the ball. I think the offense and the handcuffs that the coaches put on the players, I think it causes friction, dude. It may work, but I think it causes friction with some of these guys.
Yeah.
True. But I just, it's hard to know what's really going on. Swamp Ass says, hey, I got a feeling that the Eagles are trying to do enough to get by and win rather than open up the playbook on offense. Just like last year, the offense struggled until playoffs. Well, I think once the playoffs start, I think you'll see the RPOs come back into it. But I think the Eagles are holding that back because of, you remember the Washington game last year where Hurts suffered a concussion late in the year. I don't think they want any of that. Chris Kaufman, thank you for Super Chat. The fact that AJ said what he said, knowing the media would react, leads to only one conclusion: he wants out. Yeah, and look, that time will come for him in terms of when we get to the offseason, he can. If he's going to make a move, he's going to make a move. And we'll see. Israel Charika, thank you for Super Chat. The Hard Knock Show thing is a curse drama. Well, that's going to be interesting watching that show. Wow. It's going to be interesting watching. I want to see where they sit, how they interact in meetings and those kind of things,
Yeah, probably will.
It's hard to know when you're on the outside sitting in, but I've never seen a team 8-2 beat every good team that they could possibly play, and everybody shits on them.
This is more drama than last year. I mean, this is more drama than 23. I think this is way more drama. This is like nothing compared.
Well, I think the attention's on way more because you're the champions,
Mm-hmm.
First Cav Vet, thank you for the Super Chat, my man. Joey 500, it's Clark. What's up, Clark?
All right, so Clark.
What's going on? I should have seen the 33 and known that. The offense handcuffing Jalen. When you break down football numbers, Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he wins, man. He goes out, he wins. He doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And I know they struggled the last 2 weeks offensively, and it's frustrating. But
Yeah. Yeah, last game was probably we thought the game before last game was the worst game. I mean, that last game was probably the worst game offensively they've ever played.
That's got to be rock bottom.
It has to be, because what happened, Philly? Because I don't know. I'm even trying to remember what happened. It's even hard for me to remember that game because nothing, like barely anything happened offensively in that game. That defense was hung out to dry yet again. Even thank God that with a deeper rotation we were able to pull it off. But they lasted from middle fucking first quarter, I would have to say, to like the end of the game, most likely. So.
Nick Marchetti, thank you for the super chat. Our 40-1 when we win the turnover battle is insane. It is insane, dude. And I know that the NFL probably hates it. I know that they do, All I care about is whooping the couch, boys. Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about that game. To talk a little bit about the other game, because we didn't get to do a post game, but the offense was horrendous. Could not move the ball. But the one time that they did was before the half, and I don't know if you noticed it, but if you watch what they did before that half, one of the things they did is something that I don't know why they go away from it, but they were snapping the ball. They went up tempo on that last drive that they scored a touchdown. And they were snapping that ball with 20 seconds left. You need to do more of that, You need to do things like that.
It was a glimpse. Like that was the 2. Yeah, but it was right before 2 minute, leading into 2 minute. Like that was their best. That was their best series by far. But I have no idea.
Esteban Gustavo, thank you for the super chat. Jalen can never do wrong in my eyes. Best Eagles quarterback. Joey, you got a chokehold. My man LB. What the hell?
No, he'd be choking me. He'd be choking my fucking fat head. That's what he would be doing.
That's crazy. 500. I lost 70 pounds eating fruits, vegetables, and legumes. Oh man, very cool. Congratulations. I've been losing weight eating cheeseburgers. Psych. Dad says I need to see the offense ball out. Yeah. How much do you think the bad weather was just a really bad factor in that game for the Eagles? Because look, they did play the Green Bay. They didn't do much offensively. The Lions didn't do much offensively. So, is the weather, was that just the factor?
I mean, how much of a factor? I mean, for kicking, I get it, but for just throwing the ball maybe 15, 20 yards, maybe you couldn't throw anything crazy deep in that game. I don't know. They were at like 17 miles and they were higher. I think by like the fourth quarter, it died down, but
I don't think gusty it was too.
Yeah.
It was like, well, like there was a pass where they had Saquon down the sideline and he threw it. And that ball looked like it was 10 yards out of bounds. Like,
and that was an audible. That
like
was that was the audible. That's the play he changed at the line. That was the one that Jalen Hurts changed at the line.
But at the end of the day, the Eagles defense, and we need to talk about them for a second in that game. Dude, they were fantastic. My God. Dude, this defense is better than it was a year ago. It's crazy.
It is. Yeah, I mean, Jalen, I mean, everybody. I mean, everybody played well. I mean, that defensive line. I mean, Jalen Hunt. I mean, bro, he's back. Like he's better than in the play. He's back. He's just back to his former self. And Jalen Phillips, man, getting in there. I mean, he had the forced fumble, the fumble recovery. I mean, he was great. He did. That whole defense was excellent. I mean, Adoree Jackson looked really good late in the game. Two big third down plays. I mean, looks great. Yeah.
Esteban, Gustavo Davis, Super Joey and Philly, best Eagles content creators. Oh man, you're too nice. Thank you so much. Look, I think Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are playing at elite levels. I'm not just one. I mean, Jordan Davis. Okay, can we say that the guy is arrived? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. We're sitting here. This guy's getting better as the season's going on. And Jalen Carter looks like he's starting to get healthy and conditioned well, and he's starting to play a lot better. And then, of course, I think Jalen Phillips helped a lot. Jalen Hunt has been really, really good as well. And we're going to see Nolan Smith get worked back into the defense and get more and more snaps.
Yeah, and I think the Lions had more opportunity in that game. That's they I think historically for Detroit, I mean, they went for it 5 times on 4th down, 5 times, and the Eagles made all the stops. I mean, because our offense, Dan Campbell's like, why not? I mean, that offense ain't moving, so why not just give it a shot and try to go for it? And remember too, even when you talk about the defensive line, I mean, we saw Jordan Davis at NFC Defensive Player of the Week. The same season as NFC Special Teams Player of the Week on the block punt run-in touchdown, which is great. Mauro Jomo, though, is having as a number 3 DT. I mean, I think he's second in the league in pressures at all DTs this year so far.
Do you remember Milton Williams, dude? Do you remember Milton Williams?
Yeah.
I mean, Milton Williams good, but Milton Williams is on IR right now, and he has only got 3 sacks all year. Jomo's having a better year.
5 sacks?
4, I think. I think he's got
4 or 5
sacks.
Yeah,
I think he's got 4.
I think so.
But to me, you got elite defensive tackle play. I think Jalen Phillips completely changed that defensive line. Because now we talked about this earlier in the year. Remember, they would get pressure up the middle, but you had nobody off the edge that could get home, and all these quarterbacks do have to sidestep the interior rush. You can't do that anymore. So I think that it's helped. And then the linebacking core. I mean, look, Jahad Campbell is a good player, and I could not be more happy the way he's played a rookie. But you can't deny how friggin' good Nakobe Dean is. Yeah, he's a game changer, dude. Game changer.
It's true.
You can't let him go. You
really can't. You really can't.
I would sign him. I would play Zach Bond one more year, and then I would plan on moving Bond after that one more year.
Yeah, right.
And Bond is good. That's the thing. Bond is really good too. It's not like he stinks. He's having another good year. They're deep at linebacker. They're deep on the defensive line. They're young, and they're not going to have the turnover that they had a year ago. If you could keep Dean and Jalen Phillips, you're set, man. You're set. I'm not doing okay right now. Thank you for the super chat. I hope you do better, my man. Final score going to look like a Phillies-Rangers game. We'll see. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game tomorrow, or more high-scoring than people think. Nick, thank you for the super chat. Q is playing like the best corner all in the NFL. Yeah, I think he's an elite Pro Bowl corner. I think DeJean is a Pro Bowl corner. I think Makuba has gotten better as a season.
Way better. Yeah.
Right. And I think even Blankenship is starting to play better. And I think part of that is because Makuba is starting to play better.
Yes.
And so the defense as a whole is coming along.
Yeah.
I
mean, like the only plays they really get defensively, the only plays they gave up were like a couple of like chunk plays, but nothing serious. I mean, some of the checkdowns and screen passes to Gibbs. I mean, Gibbs is a great player. I mean, he's one of the best. Such a good running back. And he had some runs on us. I mean, that's the only plays we really gave up in the game.
He was really he scared me more in the receiving the ball. That's he was killing him.
Oh, yeah.
And then Nakobe Dean runs down the sideline with him, stride for stride. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you got another good defense. I mean, another good offense playing this week. No question about it. But before we get into it more, dude, you want to I got this. You want to talk about this this nice
the stuff.
Nice
the
merch
stuff
here.
Yeah, we got
there we go.
We got the I can finally do something now. This is great. I feel like I'm actually putting in some work. So we got the Philly Shakedown Christmas merch, okay? Got some Christmas themed stuff, got some new stuff coming. Just to kind of go through it quick, we got the Outer Frustration Grinch t-shirt, which we really do like. Everything comes in shirts and hoodies. We got the No Fly Zone t-shirt as well. Cubs and hoodies. We got this is one of my favorite ones here. The rain, sleet, snow. The Eagles train to go. Comes in
like
hoodies,
that, yeah.
T-shirts. The new Cooper DeJean T-shirt is up as of right now. What else we got? Got a lot more stuff. Yeah, everything else is in T-shirts, hoodies. Like I said, we got the Go Bird Dickhead T-shirt. Another one that I do like. So we got that one.
Mark Holmes.
The new Jalen, we got a Jalen Phillips skeleton retro type thing. So we have a Jalen Phillips one as of right now. We have a couple Slim Reaper shirts as well. This is what here I think everybody is going to like. Very detailed.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's another hard text type Slim Reaper shirt as well. Cubs in black, white. We have a Zach Bond T-shirt that is out as well. Let me go down here. We got a BG T-shirt, one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite shirts actually. Freaking awesome. Just came out with a couple weeks ago, and I know there's more. There's one where is it? I'm trying to look for it. Oh, here's the one I really like. This is the Vic Evil Genius T-shirt.
Yeah,
this one I really like.
Yeah.
So,
Mixing it up.
Yeah, so that's pretty. So we and a bunch of other stuff in the store as well. If you want stuff for Christmas, and we have a Christmas sale up as of right now. If you spend $85, you get 10% off. If you spend $115, for 15% off. So high quality stuff. We don't accept anything less than that. And link. I'll put the links in my pinned comment on my channel. And I'll have links in there in a second. But yeah, that's all the stuff that we have. So hope you guys enjoy.
Awesome. Yeah, it's loving it. It looks great. I like the
shout out to Omar. Shout out to Omar for
shout out to
all
Omar
this
Digital Print House for working hard on that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. We definitely do. And I know that we could probably be a pain in his ass sometimes, but we appreciate it.
Yes.
And speaking of pain in the ass, let's talk about the injury report. Because we got a big game tomorrow. Well, it's not as big as the Cowboy fans want to make it seem, but it's a big game. That it's a game nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles, Caladonis. I still don't know who the hell that is, Joey. He's going to full practice.
Long snapper.
Jacorian Bennett, full practice. We won't see him. Darius Cooper, full practice. Dickerson, practice. Lane Johnson, of course, is what the hell is this? This is old. I got the wrong one.
Yeah. I was about to say because I saw one name today. Yeah, you got the wrong one.
Yeah, what the hell? Hold on. Let me get it off. Pause. What did I do with the...
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I can't.
I didn't see what I did. I totally screwed up. Okay. Well, let me re-download it. In the meantime, the injury report is actually pretty clean for the Eagles. You've got really only Lane out.
Yeah.
Lane is the only one. I'll just do it real quick. Lane is the only one out. Miles Hinton and Will Lampkin's full practice. He's questionable. Jalen Phillips is full practice. And then Cam Jurgens has been cleared. He's got no status. So Cam Jurgens is going to play. Let me ask you something. Do you think Cam Jurgens is healthy?
No. Dude, it's a knee. It's an ankle. I mean, it's just... Why doesn't this guy take a rest? Like you're through your hard part of your schedule. Like we need this guy healthy, man. It's always coming out with something. Concussion.
See, I would sit him, like let's sit him until he's somewhat healthy. And if he's not going to be healthy, and it's like a serious back problem, then let's give Willie Lampkin a chance, dude. Because you got to do something about this offense. We're going to talk about it, a little bit here because of this game, but we got to figure something out with this offense. Joseph Sashel, man, thank you for the super chat. I can't believe the disrespect the Eagles are getting. It's the worst I've ever seen. How many top offenses have the defense slowed down? I'm predicting 2 picks for Dak. Eagles 30, Cowgirls 16. I can see the Eagles rushing for 200 yards. God, please give us that. I thank you for super chat. Goat Stature, and thank you for that super chat, man. I agree with you. I think the disrespect has been insane. If you were an alien on that 3-Eye Atlas thing and you landed here, and you were a football fan, you wanted to see what the Eagles were doing, you would think they're 2-8 because everything has been negative this week about the team. I've tried to be like positive with talk about the concerns, but not be like, hey, we're 8 we are 8-2, okay? We are 8-2.
Right.
And I don't believe it's a collapse situation. I think if you were going to have the collapse, it would have been against Detroit. It would have been against one of those teams. Okay, you look at the schedule the rest of the year. Let's say you lose to Dallas tomorrow. Okay, you're still 3 games up.
Yeah,
you're 3 games up, and you might be 1 game behind the number 1 seed, but you're still the 2 seed. Depending upon what the Rams do, but you're still in a great situation. So it's like,
I
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas, they had an emotional game, that was dedicated to Marshawn Nealon against the Raiders. They played their hearts out. The defense played really good, but we know it's the Raiders. We know they beat the Jets. We know they beat Washington without Jaden Daniels. I mean, there's nothing that's like eye-opening on some of their wins this year. There's at all. I think we already know that. So,
yeah. Philly, did you see that Dak was on the injury report a couple of days ago, supposedly dealing with a hip injury? He said it's not real serious, but who knows? How did he get it? Was he doing that stupid warm-up thing? That probably would hurt my hip too. Uh-oh.
Oh,
look
shit.
At this. He's back, baby. He's back to tear up some Cowboys. I love it. Hey, 500, Sleepy has returned to YouTube. Hey, 500, Joe, how you guys doing? I know I'm having a blast being Eagle fan. I'm having time of my life. Me too, man.
There you go.
Me too. Yeah, that's the thing is I think the older guys, I think people who've been watch the Eagles have a lot of years of losing. It's hard for us to kill this team when they win so much,
like me,
because it's because we haven't had this much. This is the most successful time I've ever been part of in Eagles history, dude. And to me, if you only come away at this era with only 1 Super Bowl, it's a disappointment. I think you need at least 2 minimum 3.
I agree.
I do. So I think the Eagles. I'm a little frustrated this week with all the just the negativity, dude. It just wears me down.
It ruins the week. It's like, because it's not even about football at this point. Like all the AJ Brown stuff, like if there's one little tiny thing that happens, it takes over any bit of news that you see, any clips that you see that you want to talk about the football aspect. It's not there. It doesn't exist.
No, yeah. I mean, all you hear about is the negative stuff. Like, I get it. There's nothing wrong with criticizing Jalen Hurts. There's nothing wrong with criticizing any of those guys. But at what point is it like criticism and it's just like hyper focused on one thing? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
And it's like you get Mark Holmes, like, dude, this guy sits there and does videos the last 2-3 weeks crying to Eagle fans to stop bothering him. Stop talking about this. Stop bothering. Stop. The Eagle fans, leave me alone. I focus on the week with the Eagles, and then he's mad that I don't talk about the Cowboys. It's these people are insane, dude. You can't win either way. See, the Eagles are in a no-win situation tomorrow, the way I look at it. If you beat the Cowboys, then you were supposed to beat the Cowboys. You're supposed to. The Cowboys suck. If you lose to the Cowboys, it's you lost to the Cowboys. See, you guys aren't as good as you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So you can't win. The Eagles can't win either way. You just gotta ignore all the bullshit and go out and focus on the game and how to win.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, even like what the upset, like even the Texans being like the Bills, and they're just praising Josh Allen on his toughness in that game, and Like there's nothing negative that comes out. It was what a few weeks ago, it was what he had like 6 touchdowns, 350 yards. Well, 6 total touchdowns, a few rushing touchdowns. Remember when Jalen Hurts would have rushing touchdowns and a couple passing touchdowns, and they wouldn't count that as like legit. They wouldn't give him they wouldn't give him the credit for that. But other guys, they give the credit easily for that. It's annoying.
Timothy Spencer says 500 and shakes. Mark Holmes is a liar. I'm an Eagles fan from Phoenix, and those Cowboy bandwagon fans were banging me daily 80, 90s ago. Oh, that was bad. It was really bad, I know Mark claims that he never knew any Eagle fans or anything like that. And I don't know what was going on. Even in Washington, the area, it was bad. It didn't matter if you were an Eagle fan, Giant fan, Washington fan. They were annoying as hell. And they were bad, especially Cowboy fans from the Philly area. They're the worst. I'm sorry. Because they are like Eagle fan attitudes, but they got the Cowboys obnoxiousness in them. It's brutal. Let's see here.
Fuck happened? You're not in.
Sorry, I got totally kicked off.
Oh, you're good. I didn't even know. I wasn't even looking at my screen.
Hi, Hat David. What is your strategy to destroy the Cowgirls tomorrow? Well, I'm glad that you bring that up because we're going to talk about it. And let's talk about the offense first, right? Because that's the biggest concern. You got the Eagles offense going against the Cowboys defense. They got Quinn Williams now, right? They got back on defense. So their defense is kind of got some retools. They're feeling good about themselves. And the Eagles offense has been mightily struggling, dude. I think I hope we hit rock bottom last week. But man, how do you turn this thing on? Like, what you got any ideas what you would like to see them do?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see some, at least some better route combinations with the receivers. I would like to run some RPOs at least to kind of make the defense kind of sit there and see what they have to do. I would try to run some pitches to the outside. I think they should. I think Tank Bigsby should have some more steps in the game. I think he needs just a little tiny bit more. Some of these, like even some of these outside stretch runs they run with him, like he's been pretty successful at it. I think even some of the tough ones up the middle, like I wouldn't even mind running him. You just to give him some more snaps and take some pressure off Barkley for a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's the playbook is so dead right now. It's almost as if like any type of creativity would be nice. It's almost like we need something.
Yeah, they talk about, they don't run Krause routes. They don't run mesh. They don't do run all these things. How much of that is really going to change? Like, I don't think a lot of this can change until the off season. I do think RPOs are something that you could bring back. The question is I don't think the Eagles want to bring that back right now. I think they're holding that back till the playoffs. I that's my theory, anyways. Maybe we'll see a little more of it to get going, but I think you should run. I think we should run Tank a little more, right? I think you need to also go away from
Well, we didn't talk about it, but do you think, like, after all the AJ stuff last week, leading to that game last week, do you think they recklessly, because I had a feeling they were going to do it, did they recklessly try to, force feed AJ? And then everyone else fucking suffered in that game. Even Devontae Smith suffered in that game. There was drops in the beginning. It was,
Yeah, I mean, they came out with, 2 drops on the first 2 plays, with Devontae and Goddard. That's uncharacteristic. But, yeah, I do think they force it into AJ, trying to keep him happy and engaged. And you can't do it, You can't make – everybody's not going to have big games every week. It's just not going to happen with this team, But the question is how do you get this offense? Like, I don't expect this offense to start scoring 30 points a game, but I do expect them to get to at least be competent, right? Like, you get a turnover early in the game versus Detroit, right? You get the interception DeJean on the Jordan Davis block. You get the ball, I think it was like 11-yard line, and you're kicking a field goal at the 8-yard line. Like, you got to score touchdowns on those situations. I think they need to get their. I think they need to run Tank a little more. Not because I think Barkley is like lost step. I don't believe that for an instant, but I do believe that defenses key in on Barkley where they don't as much with Tank out there.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that I think up tempo is a must. Like I think they should get up tempo earlier. You know, it's too easy.
They take
when
their
you
time. Yeah.
they snap the ball with 3 seconds left on the clock. You know, I was asking Cilio because he was a defensive lineman. I was like, yeah, like if you know they're snapping at 3 seconds, like how much of an advantage of that is that on the defensive line? And he said it's a huge advantage. It's a huge advantage. So you gotta do things like that. I also think tendencies, like we could talk about when the Eagles do use play action or they do run, like they tend to do things like in the same tendencies. So first down, you know that they're going to do one or two things. Second down, you know they're going to do one or two things. Like they got to mix it up. Like those things, I think they got to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're not having any success in the run game and you think they're going to bite on play action, they ain't going to bite. They're just going to have a good rush. They're just going to have a good rush. And like you said, getting to the line with only 3 seconds left, it's like because of how predictable this offense is, it just gives them more time, you know, to kind of sneak out what they're doing. But
what about putting AJ in the slot also? Like, I don't know how many snaps he actually gets from the slot, but why not use him more in the slot, you know, and move him around a little bit more too?
You know, with Jahan Dotson on the team, you could do that with both of those guys, and they haven't done that. They never do that. It's almost like, well, AJ is getting figured out. We're just going to, you know, target other people or try to, like, that's it. There's no, like, trying to scheme him open. There's no, I mean, it's, that's where we're at.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Rakeem says, "Yo, Philly, yo, Joey and Denzel, what's going on, my guys? Ready to double moonwalk the Cowboys' ass tomorrow? Who on offense and defense do you think has a breakout game for us?" Well, I mean, we'll get to the defense in a minute, but in terms of offense, I got a feeling that this is going to be a Goddard game. Like I think Goddard's going to have a big game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think they're going to look to use him a lot more tomorrow than normal.
Yeah.
1K, thank you for super chat. Sup, brothers? I just joined, and how we doing? We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah, sorry, I
go
didn't cut you off, but not to mention, like, even some of the, like, the 2 tush pushes they ran last week, they were just off on everything. Even when they got the flag on the tush push, I think it was on when AJ was out, Darius Cooper comes in. He gets the penalty. Then they throw a deep bomb on the left sideline to Kylan Granson. Like, why him? Like why? Kylan Granson's barely even on the field. Like, why would he even be a target?
As far as I'm concerned, he should be off the field because he cannot block.
Yeah,
and he, dude, I can't tell you how many times he misses important blocks that end plays, dude. It's crazy. Leon Banks Jr., thank you for super chat. He goes, Brian Johnson was not this bad. Missed him a lot. I know. I will say this, though. You know, we'll see if they do anything tomorrow offensively different. I do think the RPOs is like the ace card that they got in their back pocket. And I think they really want to pull it out more once we get into the playoffs. But, you know, maybe they feel like they have to a certain point. I don't know. No, Del Boy, a member for 11 months. Thanks so much. Tell Jerry to close the blinds in the stadium for Dak. Oh, I know that stadium, especially at that time that we're going to be playing, is you get all that like sunlight to one side. Remember last year? That's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Hey, Toonsy, thank you for super chat. He goes, I doubt Jalen Hurts is the best version. What do you mean? Like of himself, you mean? Like it playing in this offense? I don't think he's playing in the best offense for him. You know, I think they've gone so conservative and so worried about the turnover battle that, you know, I think it hurts a lot of the offense.
Yeah.
You know. Nick, thank you for super chat. He goes, you see the good news on Lane not going to IR. Yeah, Lane's not going to IR. 3 to 4 weeks, I think. So that's a great sign. Hopefully he'll be healthy and rested, you know, when the time comes. And hopefully what'll happen is we'll win, we'll lock this up early, and we'll begin to rest guys, and he can just rest until we get close to the playoffs.
They don't,
You know?
because Fred wants to work for another contract, and that's what he could do. And I mean, thank God they made the Fred Johnson trade. They're saved by that trade, because without Fred, I don't know what move they would have off their pocket.
Yeah.
Without him, so.
Oh, 500. I'm sorry. I apologize. Toonsy, I apologize. A doubted Jalen Hurts is the best version. Yeah, you're right. My mistake. My mistake. But yeah, I agree. And that's the big thing that I like for tomorrow. Like every time Jalen Hurts has to go through this crap, every time the week leading up to a game, he goes through all this scrutiny. He always comes out and has a monster game. It always happens. It always
Yeah.
happens. I expect Jalen Hurts is going to have a monster game tomorrow, dude. I do think the Eagles are going to score points tomorrow. I do think that they're going to move the ball. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to. And I say that because I just think that they've been so bad the last 2 weeks that I think they're offensively going to explode, and I think they're going to run the ball fairly well tomorrow. So I feel good about I feel good about the criticism backfiring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm almost like accepting this is just how they're playing right now. I'm almost like at like acceptance where I don't want to put too much into. I don't want to put too much into right now that they're gonna get better. Maybe wait till later that they're gonna get better before the playoffs. And because I guess if that's their strategy, we're gonna find out if that's really their strategy later on.
There are things that I think they can do immediately without going overboard with the RPOs, because I really think that's what they're holding back. But if you could cut down the penalties, I can't tell you how many penalties kill any momentum or drives that they even get started.
Yeah.
Right? If you can knock that out, if you can maybe go up tempo a little more, all scripted stuff a little more, because it just works. And if you can run Tank a little more and maybe not run Barkley in the same inside zone run every single time, if you can just change those things up, I think you can be competent offensively. I do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to turn the ball over most likely with Hurts. So, that's you're going to win that battle, and that's huge. Toonsy, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I mean, a crazy amount of hate he's getting, he thrives off. He does. He thrives off it like nobody I've ever seen. And the hate this week has been insane, dude. It's been insane. Holy crap.
Oh,
Anthony
thanks,
Perry, man. Wow. Thank you so much, man, for the super chat, my man. That is really, really generous of you. We appreciate it so much, man. Thank you. He goes, we will win the game tomorrow and end the Cowboys season. I'm sick of all the talk. Go Birds. I'm with you. I think we're going to win the game too. No question about it, man. Anthony Perry, man, shout out to you, man. Thank you again for the generous donation, man.
I'm trying to.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, bro. And they kind of say too, like, I wonder how much they'll how many more weeks is it going to take for the Eagles to just to clinch the division before anything? And I want to ask you, so how many more weeks do you think it's going to take? Number two, the Thanksgiving game between Green Bay and the Lions, like, who do you really want winning that game? Or does it really not matter at this point?
Well, it could matter, I mean, I just don't know. We'll have to see how this weekend plays out. To me, it's whoever has the better record. I want the opposite team. So, if they have the tie record, it's who has the better conference record. I want the opposite team. Whatever keeps both those teams away from the Eagles, the better. But I mean, the Eagles beating both those guys, it's really huge for us. The game we got to watch is that game on Sunday night, because if for some reason the Eagles did lose, then you got the Rams playing the Bucks. If the Rams the Rams lose to the Bucks and the Eagles were to lose, the Eagles would still remain the 1 seed because they both have
Right.
the same record and the Eagles have a tiebreaker. But if the Eagles win and the Rams can lose to the Bucks, then the Eagles would have 1.5 games on them. So it would give us a little bit of breathing room,
right.
you know? So I think that's a big game for us. You know, if the and when the Eagles take care of Dallas, that Kansas City Cowboys game is becomes meaningless as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
It ain't gonna matter. Aaron, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it. He goes 500. I love you, my dog. But if I hear Brian Pumper, you mean corporate Brian Pumper, keep bashing Hurts, I'm gonna flip. I already blocked him, but since you read super chats, I still have to hear it. But I love you both. I'm sorry, man. You know,
Yeah, we're sorry,
one of
Aaron.
the things you got to do is you always got to read a super chat. You know, it's you know it's a given. So I can't do anything about it. But I'll try to, maybe I'll put out a warning. Close your ears, mute the volume, because nothing I can do about it. Aaron, what's your other handle name? Because if you guys put in at Aaron, I'll,
Why do they do that? Why do they?
I don't
do
know
that?
because I don't know who that is now. So I want to tell you, cover your ears. I'll try to give you warnings. But you know what? Hurt's going to go off tomorrow, so he ain't going to be able to say much. Tattletale 500. At this point, I'm done with the Philly media. They are trying to tear this team apart for clicks or whatever headline is out there. 100% lie, intentionally shorted to look bad. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Philly nervous. I smell it. Nah, not really nervous. You know, Cowboy fans just don't understand that. I don't think much of your team. You know, even if you win tomorrow, you're only 3 games back.
No,
I mean,
the Eagles are their own worst enemy, bro. It's not has nothing to do with Dallas. It's more to ourselves than any other team.
Right. I mean, Mark Holmes did crazy videos all week. One team's on their way up, one team's on their way down. Like, dude, you beat the Raiders. The Jets. Who else? Washington with no quarterback and no receivers playing. And then who else did they beat? I forget. But they haven't beat anybody with a winning record. It's like, dude, nobody's scared of Dallas. Anthony Perry, thank you for super chat. We win tomorrow. Dallas loses Kansas City on Thursday. Yeah, you're right. I can't say that. You're right. We win Black Friday. Yeah, we win versus Bears Black Friday, gives us division. Yeah, so I can't say that Cowboys Chiefs game is meaningless. It's not, because if the Chiefs win, if we win, the Chiefs win on Thursday, and we win on Friday, division's clinched. You clinched the division. And you're talking about not even being in December. That's insane, dude.
That's early. Yeah, it's early. Yeah.
You know, the only thing is Hard Knocks. Do they want, if you're a conspiracy theorist, do you believe that Hard Knocks wants to have something to talk about on their show? So that's like the last thing they want is to come there and start filming with a division already clinched. It's interesting. I'm not doing okay right now. Thank you for the super chat. We led the NFL in 3 and outs, but the two Stooges still refuse and take full accountability for the stupidity of their own play calling. They're so pathetic. They
really don't.
It's bad, man.
They really don't.
Yeah. And you know what sucks is like, I just think, like, when I hear the media talk, like when Patullo speaks at the press conference, they don't ask him anything important. Like, anything I want to hear, they don't ask him. Like, I don't get it.
And Patullo seems so content. Like, he just seems like nothing bothers him, or he never says it's on. Like, we talk about this every week. The guy has never been accountable. He hasn't taken accountability one day on this team, coaching this team at all.
Not one day. No, it's always, well, we didn't execute it here. Well, we didn't do it. No, dude, sometimes your play calling is very easy to figure out, and teams know what's coming, and the fans know what's coming. Everybody in my chat knows what's coming, and you do it anyways.
When I hear Nick say, like, oh, could it be the game plan? Could it be the execution? Like, when he like answers a question with a question like that, I feel like he's blaming it on execution automatically. Yeah. And then he'll blame he'll nitpick out of a game where there's penalties, where, we were, dropped back. I mean, when we were messing around acting like Patullo calling Hurts, Patullo calling, Nick Sirianni on the phone about what to do on specific plays. Like, it's laughable because that's what it seems like. Like, it seems like we're still we have no identity. We're still trying to figure it out. I don't know what the fuck you did on the bye week because damn, like you played 2 of your worst fucking games.
Do you think, because it looked like right before the bye week, it looked like the offense was starting to roll.
Yeah.
Right? You had the Minnesota game where they go out and they play really good. And then they have the big game against the Giants, especially the running game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the bye week, do you think it was the bye week that hurt them? Do you think it's just and I know this sounds crazy, it's just a thing where it was just really bad weather and the Eagles, for whatever reason, didn't play good in the cold weather, and that's why it looks so bad, and now that the we're not going to be playing in the cold like that, it's going to completely change? Or do you think, I don't know what happened?
Maybe players weren't involved in the bye week like they were last year. They were like Hurts was involved in the bye week. The offensive line was involved in the bye week, telling them to run the ball more. I mean, maybe they weren't involved. I mean, if Nick Sirianni's having a sleepover at his house and the coaches are at his house and they're playing fucking Twister or something.
We're in Pizza Hut.
I don't know what they did that whole entire week. Like, even when the first Giants game on Thursday night, when Patullo was like, I was up all night doing a game plan. And then, like, look what happened on Thursday night. I understand it's a short week. It's hard to play from Sunday to Thursday on a short week. So I get it, but you didn't even look a little bit competent or even to play in a quarter. But these last 2 games have been these last 2 games, besides in the Nick Sirianni Hurts era, besides like the wild card game against Tampa, like probably the 2 worst fucking games they played, like ever.
Yeah.
Probably.
Frank says Eagles 34, Cowgirls 20. Interesting. And J Dog, what's up, my man? Tortiville, thank you for super chat. Do you think the front office leaked the recent Patullo head coach rumors because they want to get him out, but don't want to look like they failed firing him? What team would seriously want him in a little production?
The Giants.
I do. I actually think this is what's happening. I think the Eagles want to get rid of him, but you can't fire an offensive coordinator that you go deep in the playoffs or Super Bowl. So if they could get somebody to hire him, then yeah, let's get him. Let's get his name out there. Let's get the Giants to hire him, and we'll be done with it.
Yeah.
Aaron, thank you for super chat. Goes, profile name is literally Aaron. I hate these. All right. Well, so when he texts, before I read it, I'm gonna say mute, because I can't. If it's a super chat, I can't do anything about it. Ed Jim Rice, member for 10 months. Thank you so much. Not sure if it's you or me, but
you, I think.
But thank you. And now look, we talked so much about this offense. I feel like
it's
unfair,
just
unfair to the defense, because the defense is going to have. Look, they're going up against an offense that can move the ball. They can throw the ball through the air. There's no question that they can get garbage time points and garbage time stats. And look, Pickens has been really good. CeeDee Lamb is really good. They've run the ball really well, and look, Dak's having a good regular season. Nothing that we haven't seen before, but man, what do you think about this matchup with Dallas's offense?
Yeah, I mean, like they got some competent backs. They have one back that they've the guy from Denver that's coming off the end. He's really he's had his most snaps he's had running the ball well. Offensive line could struggle at times, but I mean, Dak is pretty sneaky on extending plays. It can make big plays happen. He's got 2 receivers that could do it. He's got a tight end that can go out and catch anything. But this is, both these teams look a little different, than they were week 1. But, the Eagles are night and day from week 1, especially defensively, especially not having Jalen Carter with the Spitgate bullshit that happened. Yeah. You lost Quinyon during that game, so I that didn't help. It's really just gonna get pressure on Dak and don't leave lanes open for him. And I think the Eagles, as a rushing unit, I think they've done well, and I think they've complemented the edge pretty good too. I think the Eagles have defended the edge pretty well. They're not rushing recklessly, like they have the outside advantage. So I think I think that's what they got to do to him.
Yeah.
In
Well,
that game.
yeah. If you look at it, the Eagles are adding in this game. They're adding Jalen Phillips, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, like all not just like good
Yeah.
play, like start like monster players that were not in that first game. And I know Dallas on their defense side, they're adding players like Quinn Williams.
Yeah.
So that's good for them. But for us, in terms of the matchup, we're adding a lot of like 3 really good players that are playing really good. Because I mean, the whole Spitgate with Jalen Carter, man, I hope he's ready to go, man. Like I want him to have his best game of the year tomorrow, man. Like crush Dak Prescott, dude, crush him. I want to see like Dak back to pass, line side hit,
and
boom.
Our biggest problem early in the year from our defensive line when we didn't have these other pieces back was we couldn't rattle these cages of these quarterbacks. Like we really couldn't rattle them. We couldn't get them nervous, and we gave them time to throw, and our corners would suffer it. So, like, I don't know how many hits we had on Jared Goff, but it was a lot. Like we fucking hit him.
Oh, yeah,
every play.
He was feeling it, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know, we talked about it. Like the key to Goff is hit him early. You got to hit him early, and I'll say the same thing with Dak. If you put pressure on Dak, if you hit Dak, or you're making him have to throw before, he will throw the interception. You might drop it. Everybody seems to drop it, but he will throw it, and he will give it up. Kenny says, "What's good, 500?" And Joey just dropped in. Go Birds! My stress is going to go through the roof tomorrow, 3rd and long. Don't let it go through the roof. It's a win-win situation for the Eagles, Mark. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Brian Donahue says everyone needs to put their skirt cross their legs and effing play some football. No pause. Put jockstrap on. Let's go. Agree.
Yeah. I'm hoping they've got to hold the offense's jockstrap all damn game because that's what they're doing every 8-9 games so far. The defense has to bail the offense out.
I got a feeling this is going to look like more like the Minnesota game offensively tomorrow for the Eagles than the Detroit or Green Bay game. I just believe that Hurts is going to respond to the criticism the way he always does.
Motivation,
yeah. Shizzo, thank you for the super chat. He goes, it's not rocket scientists. Many Shady literally told us his show. AJ told him whatever offensive coordinator comes in here runs the Hurts offense. 3 different offensive coordinators, same shit. Well, it's 3 offensive coordinators, but 3 offensive coordinators that have to run what Nick Sirianni wants his offense to be. That's the difference. It's not like you're getting Kellen Moore come in and say, all right, you have complete your offense 100%. It's, if you remember, it is you have to basically work in what Nick Sirianni wants his offense to do. And in that, you can put things that you might have done offensively. So I think people underestimate, and thank you for super shoes. I think people underestimate how much Nick has influence on the offense.
Oh,
that's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I think it's definitely he's the one that starts the game plan. I think it's him. Yeah.
I do too. I do too. Let's see here. Anthony, welcome to Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Philly, didn't you hear Dallas is good now that they beat the Raiders? They're great. They're amazing. I mean, it's unbelievable who they've beaten. It's crazy, dude. It really is crazy to me how all of a sudden they're so good.
We forgot the one game they went into a shootout with Russell Wilson.
That's right, with Russell Wilson, the Giants. And the Giants were up, I believe it was like 25 seconds, and they called like a big penalty on the Giants that put them in field goal range to continue the game. They should have lost. JK, they were super chat. Birds fans in New York City here. Even the New York commentators like Mike Francesca can't understand the hate on our quarterback one. So many other teams have more problems. It's like we've gotten so caught up in passing numbers, passing statistics, how it looks that winning has become almost like it's like almost like secondary, dude. And I can't wrap my head around that. I just can't. You know, like
Yeah.
I go on Cilio's show and we're arguing, and it's like sometimes I'm thinking we're arguing two different things. You're arguing statistics and numbers. I'm arguing wins and reality because that's what I see it as
Mhm.
reality of your team wins or loses. That's the ultimate statistic for me. And I understand that that's a team thing to win or lose. But whether you like it or not, you're winning at an unbelievable rate with this guy at quarterback. You
Mhm.
are. And it may not look pretty, but you win. I don't know. I wouldn't trade that for anything, dude. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you for the super chat. Honest question: who do you want offensive coordinator if KP is gone? I don't know. I mean, I don't have a specific name. I can tell you, I do not want Brian DeBall. I do not want anything to do with him. McDaniel in Miami would be interesting if he got cut. Frank Reich, maybe. Although I wouldn't mind somebody younger, but the problem is anybody younger. I mean, if Patullo's getting consideration already, then anybody that comes and has any amount of success is going to, you know what I mean? Is going to, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I mean, even the guy, or like, I
Take
don't
on.
like, and like, this is just me. Like, I feel like they're gonna hire that fuck. They would promote from within. Yet, like, you got to learn from your mistakes, bro. From 2023 now and now in 25, dealing with the same shit. Like, they'll hire that quarterback coach Scott, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy from Boulder Green, whatever that he was a coordinator at Boulder Green in college, and he hasn't been a coordinator since. Like, that's, I feel like, the move they would make, but there's got to been something behind the scenes discussing like that Jeffrey Lurie doesn't like the hiring process of maybe putting the trust in Nick to, like, come on, dude, this guy's a passing game coordinator the last 4 or 5 years, like, and the number one problem we have is is creativity with the wide receiver routes and getting certain guys the ball. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. At 30 Deep David Super Chat, you need to read Pump's chats twice as loud now. So, okay, twice as loud. I'll try to remember that. Think about it. We have beaten Stafford, Mahomes, and Love the last 3 straight times. Also beat Lamar, Burrow, Allen, Baker, Daniels last time we faced them. Truly amazing. It is amazing. It really is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Murphy, thank you for super chat. He goes, they beat 4 teams with a combined record of 9-33.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, they win one game and it's like, watch out, we're coming for you. We're the best team in the division. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're coming back. It's going to be.
Yeah,
like,
but
dude,
even regardless of even getting Quinnen Williams, their back end is still weak. Like, they have some guy. They have Overshown came back from season-ending injury last year. This past year, I mean, they got Hooker. They got Malik Hooker back, I think, at safety. I mean, they're like, getting Quinion is great. I think, hopefully the Eagles don't run up the middle a million times. I mean, I don't know what that's going to look like, but yeah, I mean, the back end is just, they still don't have enough defensively.
Look, it's going to help them next year. It'll help their team next year. And Dallas should be focused on building for next year, because you're running out of time with Dak Prescott. I don't even know why they would want to go to the playoffs at this point. Like, you should be focused on next year because you ain't got a chance in hell, and you're only hurting your draft stock. And I blame Mark. Mark Holmes, he gets all those Cowboy fans all routed up, thinking that they have a chance. They're back. They're on their way up.
Well, look,
and he's setting them up for failure. He's setting them all up for failure.
This is why the Eagles got to take advantage of this year with a really weak division. Okay, it's not like the Eagles have fought their way to be the best in the division. They're not they're not in first place because the rest of the East is bad. We've had a season like that, where the whole division will be bad or whatever. You have a Washington team that is going to be I don't know, like, the question marks going into next offseason with a quarterback now that's just constantly hurt at this point is going to be $90 million in cap space. They had so much cap space, that one of the oldest rosters. The Giants are going to be, hyped up next year because they're going to try to make a run, and they found their quarterback. They're going to have their wide receiver back. They're going to get their running back. Depending on what they do off, from their line, from a protection advantage. I don't know what they're going to do. And the Cowboys have 2 first-round picks next year on top of making this Quinn Williams trade. So they got to take advantage of this year. I mean, they're the best team. They're the best team in the whole in both conferences. That's for me. I don't think there's anybody that can fucking beat them at all.
I don't either. And I think the Super Bowl winner's coming out of the NFC. So like, to me, if you win the NFC, you're probably going to win the Super Bowl. I don't care whatever team comes out of the NFC, could be Eagles, Detroit, Rams, whoever. I think they're winning the Super Bowl. So that's why home field's so advantage. It's such an advantage. Plus, if your offense is struggling, you saw what the weather can do to neutralize an offense. That's why home field's so important for the Eagles.
A perfect example of that was the Detroit Eagles mic'd up game. When after the game, the guy was like, he's like, I'm not used to this weather or something like that. He's like, that's because, and Devontae Smith was like, that's why you guys play in a dome, because you play in a damn dome.
And then people want a dome for the Eagles to play for us. Like, no, this is why. This is perfectly why. Yeah. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Brian Pumper was in Joey Streams last year doing the same thing. I hate that he came over to your channel doing it now, but it is what he's been doing on both channels for years.
He's been in both. He's been in Phillies probably a lot more than mine.
Honestly. But don't you just ignore it. Don't pay attention. I just think it's funny because what he's asking for is, I just think, ridiculous. But Anthony Perry, thank you for the super chat. He goes, seems like the media is just talking about Dallas defensive additions, but we added some significant pieces to ourselves. They will be shocked tomorrow. They will. They don't understand what an impact Jalen Phillips has made to the Eagles, and he will continue. I mean, like I said, the Eagles played Dallas early in the year. They didn't have Jalen Phillips. They didn't have Jalen Carter. They didn't have Nakobe Dean. They didn't have Brandon Graham, right? I mean, that's a lot of pieces to add to your defense, dude. No,
yeah.
I mean,
Phillips is just, you gave up your own 3rd round pick to Miami, which is a late pick. So you still have the Jets' 3rd round pick, which is at least 30 picks less. It's 30 picks higher than your own fucking pick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you're going to get a 3rd round pick for Milton Williams on top of it, comp pick wise. So, Howie's smart when it comes to the comp pick game. But the one thing he can't do, and I'm not saying that Phillips is going to get re-signed, but if he continues this path, and even Fangio says he's almost at the point where he was in 23 when he had 6.5 sacks, had the Achilles injury. It could be to that point where, they pick up like we talked about it, Nolan Smith's 5th-year option. They might pick that up. And then they give Dean Carter and Phillips Phillips gets his extension possibly.
I think what we're going to see over the next few years is the defense start to make more money than the offense, because what you're going to want is you're going to see those young defensive players. They're all going to get paid, and then the offense is going to kind of regroup with younger players around her, like young talented players and that's what you're going to have to do. You just have to, because you got too many defensive stars.
And you know that DeJean's going to get paid. DeJean's going to get paid. Quinyon Mitt, those are 2 other contracts. The Eagles aren't letting those 2 guys go either. So
no,
it's never going to happen.
No. So. And then look, I think Jordan Davis has played himself into a contract extension. Like, I don't think you can afford to let Jordan Davis go in 2 years.
Yeah.
You got to sign him too. Aaron, thank you for super chat. I believe Jalen Carter is going to kill Dak. I do too. I think Jalen Carter is going to have a big game tomorrow.
Just don't get baited. Don't get fucking baited. Don't go over there.
Yeah, they're going to try to bait him. And thank God we have Brandon Graham. Keep I tell him, keep eye on him, Brandon. Shizzle, thank you for super chat. He goes, Hurts said it in the presser. People need to accept and get over it. The offense will look how Jalen wants it to look. His words, he literally said it. Yeah.
There's a plan. There's a plan behind it. I don't know.
Yeah. I really think the offense is gonna look a lot different once the playoffs. I think they're gonna add the RPOs and everything's gonna kind of change up, and they're gonna kind of throw teams off for the first few weeks in the playoffs. Ty Hart Davis Super Chat goes, I would run a 4-3 and blitz Dean from the middle. I love when they blitz. I love when they blitz Dean. Dean just runs people over. Yeah, the Shakedown Christmas merchandise, $85 for 10% off, $115 for 15% off. Definitely check it out, guys. Link is in the descriptions. Beast Guard, thank you for Super Chat. We all thought after last year this was the start of something good. Blame Howie for hiring KP. Didn't we learn from 23? Disgruntled then and now. Thank you, Beast Guard. Look, I don't know. I guess they gave Nick the permission to hire KP,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where you've got to deal with until the off season. You can't change your offensive coordinator now. So it's like it is what it is. We saw what happens when they fired the defensive coordinator. Remember, late in the year, it was a disaster.
Yeah, you can't. You won't. I mean, the Bills did that a few years ago. They fired their OC mid-year, and they continued, and they still made the playoffs. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's just rare, though.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Jameson Smith, thank you for the super chat. He goes 500. Joey, not gonna lie, I'm down bad right now. I just left this big girl's place. I regret it though. The vacuum feel I got was great. I failed. What the?
I failed.
I
N.
don't-
What is N? I gotta look this up. N.
No, not November. I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
My God.
Oh, it is. You're right.
But the vacuum feel is what gets me. Oh my God, dude.
What is it? Man. A commercial real estate lease? No. Just kidding.
Oh man. Eric, Bob, thank you for super chat. Missed my super chat. My bad. Let me find it. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay. Here, I did miss it. I apologize, Eric. Bye. Thank you for super chat. Honest question: who do you guys want offensive coordinator if KP is gone? Yeah, I mean, somebody asked this earlier in the thing. I don't know. I don't have somebody specifically thought of right now. I don't. I'm more wait and see. Do you have anybody specifically? I just know I don't want the ball. I don't want Brian the ball.
I'm specifically no. It's so there's like if there was like people available, maybe there's some guys offensive minds that were fired right now. I could probably say maybe there's something on the list that they could be interested in, but I don't know. It's just when you bring in a guy that's fresh, like this isn't the time to bring in a guy like you need experience in the building. That's number one. Number two, you need outside blood outside of the team. No promotion from within. We all know that. And Frank Reich would be like borderline. I think he's coaching at
Stanford. I think.
Yeah, he's an interim head coach at Stanford right now. So I don't know how that's
in December. So I think he's free in December.
Yeah.
Go have yourself. Smurf for 21 months says, like Joey's girl, I'm late, but Toy Jackson nightmare. Thank you for your support.
I have no idea what that means.
At Cali Girl, thank you for super chat. Speaking of statistics, let's see what they say when Jalen throws more passing yards than Dak tomorrow. Oh, it's well, I know exactly what they're going to say. Well, Dak had to go against the Eagles defense, and Jalen had to go against the Cowboys defense. It'll be something like that.
Yeah, move the goal.
Dennis Barksdale, man, thank you for super chat. He goes, Dallas was lucky to beat the Giants. So true. Beat a quarterback-less Washington team, a Badger team, a Raiders team, and we're supposed to be scared. Dallas stinks. Thank you. That's what I've been saying. Thank you. They're going to find out tomorrow. Appreciate that super chat. Nick, thank you for super chat. Goes, I'm still convinced Garrett will be an Eagle soon. If they don't sign Phillips, I think they make a push for it. I do.
Mm.
Anthony Perry, David Super Chat, Lane Johnson coming back soon. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So
Quicker than we thought.
Yeah, and Smitty didn't travel with the team because I don't know. I don't know if it's personal reasons.
Devontae didn't.
Devontae Smith didn't travel with the team to Dallas. He's taking his own transportation to Dallas.
Okay.
So maybe he's retiring. I don't know. We get we get a lot of he's retiring, guys.
Maybe
he's had enough.
maybe maybe he didn't want to sit next to Jalen. Who knows what they'll try to twist it. Maybe he had something to do. Maybe his kid was sick. Who knows, dude? Who knows? But he'll be there. That's all important. It's important. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I'm going to be amazed if we make it to the Super Bowl and we win the way we're playing and feel like we broke the NFL. I feel like we kind of already broke the NFL.
Yeah,
I think they hate us so much.
Yeah,
dude.
they do.
They hate the way we play. They hate the tush push. They hate the way we do free agency. We got them rattled. Anthony Perry, David Super Chat goes, I stay in Myles Garrett inbox recruiting. Laugh out loud. Oh, yeah, me too. Hey, Dennis Barksdale says, hey, Phil, you missed my super chat. I think I just read it.
Yeah, I think that was the one you read. Yeah.
I think let me make sure I didn't miss anything else, but I think I read it. I think I was just late on it. I'm behind on the super chats. But thank you. And I agree. Dallas didn't play anybody. They do stink. Leon Banks, David Super Chat goes, bro said vacuum feel. What the F? Bro down bad. He's down real bad, man. Real bad. Brooks, David Super Chat. Philip Carter's go off tomorrow on Dak tomorrow. I agree. I say the Eagles seal the game tomorrow. Here's my prediction. Eagles seal the game with a pick six. Eagles are going to win tomorrow. If I add the pick six, then it's going to be like 34-20. But if they don't get the pick six at the very, very end, I say like 28-20. But I got the Eagles winning tomorrow, dude. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to struggle through. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Dallas comes out very emotional. They got the whole thing with the kneeling. I think his family's going to be there. It's going to be very emotional. And I think Dallas comes out very emotional. We kind of have to weather the storm early on.
Wow, and Kelly Greens, you're saying this? And Kelly Greens?
Yeah, and the Eagles weather the storm, and then they go to work, and they end up beating the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow. That's what I have. What do you think, Joey?
I mean, look, I think we'll have a couple. I mean, I would love to get a couple defensive scores tomorrow. I mean, like a 28-24 game, something like that. Maybe if their defense, if we could get some offensively, if we can get something going, and defensively, if we could get some turnovers for short field, I think they could score over 30 points in this game. But I have more faith in this defense going into tomorrow than this offense. And it's not because of the Dallas defense. I just don't know if they got their shit together yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the type of game they're playing right now. So I got to be real with that too.
Yeah,
that's really it.
I think the Eagles win, and then it'll be like, well, the Eagles were supposed to beat the Cowboys. Let's face it. Blah blah blah. It'll be all that bullshit. I do think that and I said this week, and I mean it. I believe that the Eagles versus the Bears game is a far bigger game than the Cowboys versus the Eagles. I do, because I don't believe Dallas can win the division. And the Eagles are going to be playing another team who is currently, the Bears are currently in first place in that division. And that's another team that you want to have a tiebreaker on. So to me, you gotta pull this game out tomorrow, but that Bears game, you beat the Bears, you have beaten every team possible.
They're another team. The Bears are another team they're just skidding by like teams, a lot of times this season. There's gonna be a story behind that game too, because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I mean, his first game as a Bear was a great game. Had a really good game for them.
Oh, I forgot Chauncey's on that team.
Yeah. And that's gonna be a big
up for that game. Yeah,
he'll throw deep. Just throw it fucking deep. That's it.
Yeah, you know what? He'll give us something emotional, a penalty emotional play by him. Pick by Bourne, I love it. Anthony Perry, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Dak gonna give us something, pick or fumble. Yeah, he's gonna give us a big pick at some point.
I think so.
I agree. Sun will play a factor. It always does. 4:00 games. Yeah, it does. It's a pain in the ass too. Aaron, thank you for super chat. He goes, Phil, you had me dying on Mark's score prediction. Philly said this guy's on drugs. He said the Eagles were going to lose 24-6. 24-6. That's insane. I think these Cowboy fans have lost their friggin' mind, dude. And I think Mark is leading them all down off a cliff. Like, they're all going to lose, and they're going to stink it up, and then they're all going to blame Mark, and he's going to be like, I didn't do anything. But he does. He hypes them and makes them seem to be so much better than what they are. It's crazy. At Beastguard, thank you for the super chat. Cowboys L plus a dead offense equals internet explodes. I think we're going to see the offense come alive a little bit. I do. I just think that history shows us with Hurts that when you go after him and criticize him all week, he just responds better. I think the Eagles' offense comes alive tomorrow. I do. I'm not saying it's going to be consistent. We've seen flashes of it, but I think they come to life tomorrow. And then whether or not they can, whatchamacallit, they can continue it, that's a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
When we win, I want all the Eagle fans to troll Mark Holmes every day. I got some things work for Mark. I purposely left Mark alone this week because I just figured that sometimes you can say whatever, I can say whatever, and people can do videos. Sometimes you just got to let the guy walk through it, because Mark does more damage to himself than I could ever do this week by just letting him talk and go off. He has set himself up for unbelievable mental abuse, and it's coming. Believe me, it is. Philly, it's not just Mark talking; it's all talking heads. I know it really is. It's crazy, and I like it though. I love when the Eagles are in a position that everybody shits on them, because I think that's when they respond the best. I think we like it. I almost wonder if they like the chaos in a weird way. Like they thrive on this. I know this is weird.
Oh, yeah.
But they, maybe not intentions, but did the Eagles leak the stuff out about, remember the stuff that came out about Hurts and players having problems? Did the Eagles front office leak that out because they want controversy, because they know that these players respond when they get controversy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really wonder. It's a conspiracy of mine, but
I don't know.
I just feel like we respond better to controversy. So we'll see. I think it's going to be Cowboys go up 3-0 first drive, Eagles go down, score, and it's 7-3, and then we're going to have a game. So and it's going to be emotional, and the Cowboys are going to be up for it. But I think the Eagles will weather the storm. I think they're a better team overall, and I think at the end of the day they win.
Oh yeah, 100%. It'll be a good day, hopefully.
Your front office knows Hurt sucks. Did he suck when he beat your ass team? When he beat your ass's team in the Super Bowl on the highest level, highest stage, Jalen Hurts tore the Kansas City Chiefs a new one. Matter of fact, he's beaten the Chiefs the last 3 times we've played them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say that's called ownage, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles own the Chiefs. But anyways, I mean, we've been here an hour and 27 minutes, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
You have another one here.
Another what?
Super.
Oh, let's see. Oh, Brooks, thank you for the super chat. Is this it? Phillips and Carter will go off. Oh, no, that's not it. It's here. Here it is.
Yeah.
Chris Kaufman, thank you for super chat. It's our own media. WIP poisoning the well. Oh yeah, they love it. They feed on that. That gives them like a whole week worth of talk. I can't stand it though. I don't mind it a little bit when it's when it's fair, but it's been way overdone. Hold on.
It's 2 minutes.
It's just been way overdone this week.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna get out of here. We hope. Yeah. What do you got going on tomorrow?
Be streaming the game tomorrow. Yeah.
I'll be streaming the Eagles tomorrow as well. I won't be doing the morning games. I'll be doing the Eagles game, and then I'll be doing the Bucks and Rams game, Sunday Night Football. That should be a really important game for the Eagles. So, guys, come hang out. It should be fun.
And make sure, if you guys missed it earlier, make sure to head up for the big sale for the Philly Shakedown merch as well. Spend $85, get 10% off. Spend $115, get 15% off on a bunch of new stuff that is out. So go check it all out. A lot of new stuff that we just put out the other day. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. But a bunch of new designs and sales, all of that great stuff. Yeah, so check it out. It's all there.
Have to
It's all
check it
there.
out, guys. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys. Dallas 505, thank you for shooting. He goes 31-17 Cowboys, book it. All right. We'll see if you're around after we'll see if you're around after the game. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Yep. Should be interesting. Peace.
Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to defend the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking